Raul, when you first started openly speaking about crypto, did your peers like give you a funny look like, hey, what are you talking about?
No. Interesting enough, my peers were like, okay, this is interesting, because macro people are curious by nature. They want to know what this is. Is this an opportunity for me? And I explained to people, listen, I said, I've done the maths here badly because I'm not a statistician. In fact, I failed all my stats classes. But if I look at the gold above ground supply and the known reserves and apply that to Bitcoin, so it's called a stock to flow. I said, I think Bitcoin's worth $1 million with gold at 1,300 at the time. I then also said, oh, and I'm also an idiot, so I'll discount myself by 90%. So let's assume 100 grand is fair value. And it was $200. So I'm like, this is the best reward any of us are ever going to see in our entire careers. And everyone got it. But that's my global macro investor audience. These are sophisticated investors. So cut to the first video on Real Vision when we mention Bitcoin, and it's like, it's a scam, it's ridiculous, you need to own gold. Remember, gold was at $1,300 back in 2012. And where is gold today? Just double checking. Gold today is $1,600. Bitcoin was at 200, and now Bitcoin today is at 20,000. But, oh God, on Real Vision, we got such pushback. You know, this is ridiculous. How dare you? But the macro guys, no, they kind of got
And
it.
how do the macro guys feel about?
Were your employees okay with it?
Employees, well, it was split. You know, there's a bunch of people who just didn't like it. And over time, you know, I've been, as you know, very strong on this. And over time, people have left Real Vision because they didn't share that vision. But, you know, I think it proved pretty well that macro and crypto are all different facets of the same thing. They're all, one is the future of money and the future of the financial system, and maybe the future of all business models. And the other one is the decaying system. And that kind of pessimism, optimism actually works really well. It gives you lots of opportunity sets.
I mean, you long the pessimism, which is the US dollar when everything is bad, and then you long optimism, which is like Bitcoin when everything is, when the flags go off again, right? And
yeah, but don't forget,
like
the flags go off when everything.
The...
But the flags go off when everything's really bad. So that's why all the macro people are watching the bond markets fall apart, the economy, and everyone's slightly cheering because we know what comes next.
Yeah. Well, the UK has already started easing, yeah? Well, they're doing some temporary intervention or whatever the latest thing they're calling it is, but they're...
Temporary intervention. If someone wants to start a career in finance, what would you tell them?
So the average age of an Indian is 28 years old. Every single one of you is going to be investing. So the industry is going to boom. Now, India is also a leader in fintech. So you probably don't want to work for ICICI Bank or somebody like that because it's boring. But entrepreneurship and fintech, crypto, okay, this is where India excels. And everybody is going to invest. That's the only thing you need to know. The answer to every career is go into a secular bull market. Whatever it is, be in that. Do not go in like the fossil fuels industry. That's a secular bear market. The price might go up, but it's going to shrink over time. Go where the money's flowing. So when you've got a group of 28-year-olds of the size of the Indian population that all want to aspire to that vision of the future selves, to be wealthier than their parents and to have a house and do all of that stuff, they're all highly incentivized to invest. So that industry is a phenomenally good industry to get into over time. Asset management, fintech, all of that, crypto.
Work in crypto, guys. Do you find the adoption of crypto inevitable because the states have to pass on it?
It's inevitable because we as humans want it. We as humans understand some of the fragilities of the system. You know, humans' two strongest emotions are fear and greed. Crypto works for both of them. Fear is, I want to keep my money. I don't want it taken away and I don't want it debased and I don't trust you. And greed is, hey, this is a perfect behavioral economics incentive system where if we all participate in the network, the value of the network goes up. So this is a very powerful force. Imagine if Facebook, when it started, so Facebook works by giving you a bunch of free tools, monetizes your attention span, and the shareholders get rich, and you kind of get abused, but you get the free tools. So it's a trade-off. Imagine if Facebook had given every single user free shares. You would have told everybody about it and would be passionate about it. That's all crypto is.